And we are live. Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to another Extraordinary Light show with me and Lily Mark. Hello,
Hello, everyone. Oh, I'm so excited to be here. Love the energy, Alexandra.
Oh, well, thank you, thank you. And Lily hiding something she has. Lily, show everybody what new,
My disco
how
ball.
new and improved you have with disco ball today.
Look at that. Lily's moving on up in this world. I have a new microphone. It's supposed to help me with the audio. So you guys let me know if my audio is any better. But I'm just going to hide it there so it doesn't look strange in the middle of the screen.
Yeah, like when I called Lily, I said, Lily, is that a disco ball or something else?
It's a microphone. It's a microphone. I'm always like weird about technology. You know, I think you and I both agree. It's like when you start, you just want to start with as little technology as possible because you don't want to give yourself a reason not to do something. So now that I have done a lot of these live streams, I have something fancy. But, you know, the content still has to be good. But
Yes.
my audio is better now.
Now you can you can hear clear this beautiful message coming from Lily. The fanciest equipment I have is these headphones. That's the fanciest thing I have. So maybe in the future I'll have a mic or something, but for now it's okay. You can hear me, so that's good. Lily, tell us about your course and everything. How is that going and what's new?
Yes. I'm about to launch a new course called the School of Life. It's going to launch in mid-March. So what I did was I took everything because I've been working with my coaching clients for the last little while, and I have done coaching sessions. I calculated about over 300. I've done over 300 coaching sessions. So I wanted to find a more affordable way for people to access personal development because I feel like everyone should have access to tools to help them better their lives. And I realized that my coaching sessions were just not accessible for a lot of people. People couldn't afford it. So I developed this program and we're going to be launching mid-March. So March 13th is a start date.
Oh, good luck, Lily. Congratulations. That's amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
It should be March 8th, the Women's Day. And then everybody can give their loved ones a beautiful present.
Yeah, see, well, you know, you have a week to prepare. Women's Day, yeah, March 8th. March 8th. Are you going to do something for Women's Day?
I don't know. I'm hoping my husband will surprise me with something. I love Women's Day. I'm not big like in like Valentine's Day, you know, it's fine. Like, I mean, I have Valentine's Day every day with my husband, but I love Women's Day. I don't know why. I think when I was growing up, it was special in our family and community. Like it was, I don't know. It was maybe something like I always got this like rose or something when I was a kid. So it stuck in my mind. Oh, I love this day because I got this flower. So now I love it. I love this day.
Yeah, I think it's in Canada we do celebrate it. We do have a Women's Day, but I think it's bigger in Europe because I know I have a lot of European friends. It's like Women's Day is bigger than Mother's Day in certain parts.
Yes,
Yeah.
like Mother's Day in Serbia is not popular. I remember when I came here and everybody like, women, nobody even knew about Women's Day. I was like, how come it's International Women's Day? I'm like, no, we celebrate Mother's Day. So what is with the women? They're not mothers. Like they don't have their day. Like what's going on? So yeah, it's different. Like it's different how you think that the whole world is the same like you are, right? But then when you move somewhere, you say, you know what? Like, you know, there is different worlds over there. So it's like this is how it's in life with everything.
Yeah, no, I know it's true.
The same, like in your head.
It's our perception of the reality. We walk around. I wonder what's the perception of Alexandra's reality.
Rainbows and cupcakes.
Most of the time it is.
Most of the time, yeah.
Nice. I love it. I love it. I saw that you recently did a live stream with Bo from 4 Minute Masters.
Oh, I love Bo. Like it was such a beautiful experience. I knew him from your live and he's commenting here. But we chat a little bit before and after the live, and the live was amazing. It was really special. Like I really like respect him on a different level. Like, I don't know how to, like, it was really amazing. So I'm really happy to do something with him in the future as well.
Yeah, he's lovely. You guys talked about meditation a little bit.
Yeah, it's my favorite topic. I didn't have to prepare or anything. Like, it was just, yes, anytime. You can wake me up anytime and say, you know what, let's just talk about meditation. I will be like, yes.
I know and you know what's so interesting. Meditation has existed for many years, like many years, but recently there has been a lot more attention to it because people are finally seeing the benefits of meditation. Like, people needed to see the results, and obviously there's no lying. The science is showing that meditation really works. So for you, why is meditation so important for you?
You know, like that you say that, just first to say that now that science is backing up the benefits, people are more open to hear it. And I just keep seeing results with my meditation, and I keep seeing like clarity that I'm getting, like every day it's like more and more clear and deeper, and just it's something that it's evolving and it's never end, right? So it's not like, oh, now I meditated for a few years and now I'm good, right? No, it's like so more to be revealed inside, and it's just, I don't know, it's amazing journey, and I would recommend it to everybody.
Yeah, so. I think so too. It's a practice. It's a daily practice, and it doesn't come. You don't get that way by just meditating for 8 hours straight for one day, and that's it. It's consistent yes. practice. I agree with you.
Yeah, 5 minutes every day. It's more effective than, like you said, 8 hours and then not meditating for another, month or so. Yeah. And I'm just going to say, Nameless John is in chat. Hello, Nameless John. And he said, we need more rainbows and cupcakes in this world. So, John, be rainbow and cupcake. Here, there you go. You're going to have one more.
I love the fact that you call him Nameless John.
Well, that's also a nickname.
I know. It's so funny. So funny. So, as always, Alexandra, I do come bearing questions for you. So I have 2 questions today for you. So do you want to get started on the first one?
Yes, let's get started. I just first want to apologize for my friend workers outside and the noise you're hearing, but you get used to it. So you can continue.
There you go. Rain or shine. No, it's actually not that bad. It's not that bad at all. So, okay. So the first question comes from Archie. So Archie is asking, I'm married and I really don't care much for my job. How do I get my family on board to realize how important it is to get the family business going so that I can leave my job?
Okay. So working the job, then one, so he can support the family. Now he wants to start family business and he wants his family to be on the board.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I will have so many follow-up questions, but since we cannot ask, I will just say, first of all, honest conversation. Like, this is what is important for me. This is how I'm suffering. This is how I'm not happy. What do you think about it? What is your opinions? What do you want? You cannot expect from your family members to love the same things like you do, right? So let's say father has a business and then he said, you know what, like, I don't want to work, so I'm going to create my own business. I don't want to work for somebody else. I need you, my family, to be on board, but they really don't want it. So it would be like job for them to work in your company. So you're doing the same thing like your boss doing to you, right? If they don't want it, if that's something they're really not passionate about, forcing them and tricking them to come into the on the board, it's not the best option. You can say, let's say, honest conversation, right? Maybe they're not on a board, they're not going to spend all their time helping you build this business, but how they can support you, right? If they are not here to be in everything involved, what they can do, like, don't push me away. If I need to do this work, then I need to come home and do my business. Help me, do all my little tasks that I need to do so I can focus on my business, or see if I need glass of water while I'm working, or if I need a meal, or if you can do something small, doesn't have to be full time, to help me, because this is really something that I love, and they really gonna help me be better father and husband, or whatever for you. And approaching it that way, giving them space, giving them freedom, will cause them different effect than if you just say, you know what, this is what I need, so this is what you need to do, and then it's just selfish, right? Because I don't want to do the job, so now you're gonna do the job for me. Right? It's not the best option. So be honest, be open, say what you love, and maybe even you can combine your all passions together and create together the family business if you approach it that way. So that would be my suggestion.
I like it. I like it. They're saying in the Nameless John says there's be more rainbows and cupcakes in the world. I love it.
And Danica is here. Hi, Danica.
Hello, darling. Hello.
Just getting ready to sleep. We just had our mastermind group. So Danica, you're free to go to sleep. I exhaust her.
It's good. It's a good kind of exhaustion, right? Yeah, I don't want to change the subject. I do want to talk about Archie, but it's important. Because you're talking about your mastermind group. Do you want to talk a little bit more about that? Your mastermind
we can talk about later, so we can answer the question.
Oh, okay. I got excited. With Archie is asking yourself, anybody who wants to leave their job to start a business, the question that I always ask is that, why are you doing this in the first place? If you think that having your own business is going to be easier than working for someone else, as an entrepreneur, I'm an entrepreneur myself, and I have worked with hundreds of them, and I have friends who are entrepreneurs. It is not easy. It is not easier at all. And so really figure out if this is something that you truly want to do. And if that's a yes, you really want to build your path, you want to spread your message, you want to build an amazing community, you want to help people through your own business, great. And that's a yes. And then the next step is like what Alexandra said, have an honest conversation with your family, say that this is something I really want to do. And at the same time, I agree with Alexandra, don't expect them to jump on board. This is something that you want to do, and it becomes a job for them. A couple of things that comes to mind if you do want to pursue a business without actually quitting your job. I know it's so hard to work at a job that you hate and still continue to pursue your passion in doing a side business. But that is the best way to do it, because we all have bills to pay. We have bills to pay. We have mouths to feed. Start a side business and see if you like it. And when you're at work, even if you hate your job, try to come from a place of gratitude versus I hate this job. Just think, I'm working on my own thing right now. And this job is helping me pay for my mortgage. It's helping me pay for the food on the table. Just really come from a place of gratitude, because when you do come from a place of gratitude, you're a lot more creative and you're a lot more joyful, and you create better business that way. So start a side business. And also when your family start to see that your business is actually taking off on the side, they're much more likely to jump on board versus like just going on because, you hate your job and now you want to create a family business and you're dragging everybody else with you, which is not the way to go. So honest conversation, start a side business. And when people start to see the results, then if they want to jump on board, they will, but you still can't expect it though. They have their own choices. They have their own dreams that they want to follow. So that's my 2 cents. I like it.
Yeah. And use your job like inspiration, like, oh, I hate this job, so let me do something extra for my personal job, so I can create my business and be successful faster, so I don't have to work with this job anymore. So let this be a fuel, and not just like, oh, I hate it. Like, be grateful, right? Like Lily said, for everything that provides you, and then let this be a fuel to inspire you to do bigger things with your business. So
yeah, I like it. Okay.
Yeah. And another thing I just wanted to say that, like Lily said, try. Maybe you're not gonna like it. And like when Lily said, like first she tried to be. I mean, she still is the public speaker and the coach. But if she never tried, she would never know how much she enjoyed coaching. So
It's true. You got to try it. And just to kind of let you guys to know, I spent 12 years of my life in the corporate world. And towards the end, it was hard for me to continue because I knew that I wanted to start my own business, but I just didn't know how. And I worked in an office, so I would just plug in my earphones and I would listen to podcasts. I listened to Lewis House's podcast every single day. And he had such inspirational people on his podcast. And it really helped me get inspired and motivated versus just like hating my job. And I started looking forward to it. I'm like, ooh, I get to go in front of my computer and listen to my podcast. And it gave me a lot of inspiration to start my own business too. So I don't, it depends on the kind of job you have. If you could surround yourself with inspiration, even better if you could do that.
Good. And Jordan is here. Hi, Jordan. And nameless John is commenting. Well said. I want to do this side business transition as well. Yeah, do that. See, small steps at a time.
Yeah, and if you don't know what to do, look up, get help. Right? I keep trying to bring in the mastermind thing. I don't know why. Like, look what Alexandra is doing. She's doing a mastermind group with your friend, and when you get help and you leverage other people's strengths, you could find different ways of starting a side business, and they could also give you the encouragement and support to continue on.
Yeah, it's very inspiring. Like, we help each other so much. Like, I will have like a low day, like feel like doing nothing, and I said, you know what, like, I will do this productivity chunk, like I have 90 minutes productivity chunk. So when I talk to her, I can inspire her to do as well, her things. So it's very, very powerful to have somebody like that. So find somebody, create this little group for yourself, and inspire each other, support each other.
Yeah, and it creates accountability because you meet with Danica, right?
Danica, yes.
Yeah, Danica. I had to pronounce it properly. I'm very careful about I'm very careful with my Eastern European names. I have to pronounce it properly. So you meet Danica every week?
Yes, every week.
Every week. So you both hold each other accountable. It's a good thing. We have to. Accountability is so important. It's you know what's mind-boggling to me, Alexandra, is that people they don't hold themselves accountable for the things that they really want to do in life. But yet, like this person, Archie, will do things for a boss at a job that they hate, but they wouldn't go after their dreams, It's an interesting thing. So it's good that you have an accountability partner, and this is going towards the things that you really want, like your dream, not someone else's.
Yes. And this is all starts from lack of self-love. And we don't respect ourselves enough. And we are so afraid of failure. We're afraid of rejection. We're afraid of judgment. So we aren't even admitting ourselves what we want, not even telling anybody, not even doing something about it. So that's like a third step is like the scariest one. So we would rather just, like, let me be here. And I actually read it today. I'm not sure. I think on Instagram, I'm not sure who said it or whose post was. But it was, if you don't put yourself on a first place, somebody else will put you on a last.
That's
it
tough.
Was like very, very like true and powerful. Like, it's true. Like, put yourself first. And if you not do that, then you're gonna be in the last place. And then people complaining, nobody's caring about me. But you're not caring about yourself. So
yeah,
so
important. And when you actually take care of yourself, you're able to take care of other people, because ultimately that's what we want to contribute and do something great to help people, but you got to take care of yourself first. Yes. All right, Alexandra.
And that is the saying for this. I think it's the cultural, like it's selfish to do things for yourself. Yep. Yeah. But we need to break through that. Because who's saying is selfish? People who are not loving themselves, right? So we need to break that cycle. We need to be the one that's going to say, you know what, I'm cutting this chain, and from now on, everybody around me is going to be falling in love with themselves. So we are making the change.
Yeah, it's so true. It's the analogy that has been used over and over again. It's the oxygen mask when you on an airplane. They always say you have to put on yourself first, and then you put on the person second. So it doesn't mean that you just put on yourself and then you let everybody around you die. You're putting it around on yourself first so you could put it on someone else. So there's always a transition. So it's not selfish at all.
Yes. And Melissa is here. Hi, Melissa, my meditation sister. And Evan have a great suggestion that I was thinking about it, but I don't know about I never do it. So have you guys thought about putting the topic you're discussing in the title?
We have done it before.
Yes. I don't know, because I think we always like talking about different things, but I think we should do that like in the future, like have, like, so people see not just Extraordinary Light Show, but actually know what we are talking about.
Yeah, for sure. We've done it before. We just have to be more consistent now.
Yes.
Nice. Okay.
Accountability.
Accountability. I know, it comes back again. So I have a second question from Moscow on Fire. Okay, so that's the YouTube name, probably. Moscow on Fire. How do you build new habits? So it's a two-part question. How do you build new habits? And how much importance is people you're around? How do you start eliminating toxic people from your life?
How do you build new habits? I think it's so, I don't know even how to say this. Everybody talking about it, and it's so popular and so well known. Like, you just need to do things, right? Like every day. So inspire yourself to do small things. Don't start too big, right? Don't like, oh, I'm creating my perfect day, and now you're changing everything in your life, and you're expecting everything to change in one day. It's not gonna happen like that. So start small, implement one habit at a time, and have accountability partner, somebody who will be here and say, you know what, you didn't do it. Like, come on, spend this extra 10 minutes and meditate, or have this extra glass of water. You said, your new habit is to drink more water, or did you exercise, or did you read or write a book, or whatever you're doing, right? Whatever your habit might be. So starting small, you don't need to start like, oh, I'm going to exercise every day, 7 days from now. Today I'm exercising 7 days. Like, don't do that. Like, I'm going to exercise, like whatever in your opinion is possible. Like, let's say once a week or 2 times a week, right? And do that for a couple of weeks and then increase. Because I think the habits should be something that we are having forever, like when we are in this period of life, right? So now if I want to be more productive and I want this habit of having productivity chunks, that's my new thing, like a 90 minutes productivity chunk. So let me be honest with myself and say, how many productivity chunks I can have in this week? 3. Perfect. Let me do 3. Let's just not say, you know what, I'm going to have 10 productivity chunks, or I'm going to have 5. I will have 3, and then when I feel like I master these 3, I will add another one, right? And so creating a habit, I think it's starting small and seeing the future. You need to do everything right away. So that would be like answer to that part. So you want to talk about this, or you want me to answer the whole question and then?
Sure. Well, habits are an interesting one. I think habits is really creating, the way I see it is creating yourself, creating a new identity. Right? Because the reason why we want to create new habits is so that we could be someone else. Like, for example, you're mentioning the working out. Like, you want to take the identity of someone who's fit, who takes care of themselves, and it starts from working out every day, drinking water, eating healthy. So I look at it as like, what are the things you can do to slowly create this identity? And I always make things a lot more important. It's like, if you don't do this, you can't be the person you want to be. Your identity is that you're a healthy person. Your identity is the fact that you care about yourself. And when you eat horribly, when you don't drink enough water, when you do that, you're telling yourself that I don't deserve to be that person. So I always, that's the thing. And it has to start small, of course, because you don't want to set yourself up for failure. You don't want to be like, I'm going to go run 20 miles today, and you fail. And then you said, you see, I told myself that I wouldn't do, obviously I can't do it. I'm not deserving. Start small, but it's very important to create new habits for yourself, because this is associated with the identity and the person you're going to become, and the person who you want to be, and the person who you truly are to begin with anyway. So that's my piece on habit.
And check your habits you're having now, because we all have habits. Like everything we are doing is a one big habit. So see what habits are not serve you anymore, and then just change them for the new habits. So no, I don't have time. It's not an excuse we are taking. Sorry.
Everyone has time. Every single person has time. It is very true. Okay. And then the second part of the question about the toxic people.
The toxic people. So there is about toxic people, depends. So it will be my follow-up question here. Toxic people you care about, and toxic people you don't care about, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So toxic people you don't care about, why are you around them? Like, let's say you cannot move, right? You're maybe in school and there in your classroom is some toxic people, right? Like, or you're working with people and like you feel like you don't have strength to speak up or to say what's bothering you or to send them love. You just feel that they're draining your energy and you don't know how to deal with that, and you don't care about these people. So then I would say, like, move to another job, do something, like ignore them, eliminate them from your life. But if the toxic people are the people you care about, if the toxic people are people who are, who's your mom or your dad, your brother, your sister, and they're pulling you down, they don't believe in you, they're seeing only negative things, what do? You're gonna say, you know what, like, let me just eliminate you, because if you just keep eliminating everybody, you're just gonna end up alone, and you're gonna say, you know what, like, I am only a positive person and that now I'm happy, right? So for the people you love, speak up and say, you know what's going on? Like, let me see, why are they thinking like that? Are they love me? Yes. So why are they acting like that? Why they don't believe in me? Why they don't see my dream coming true like I do, right? What is that? Like, how are they so scared for me, right? Because it's so different for the people who are not happy. They don't see happiness possible, right? Like, people, let's say I will take a personal example of my father. Like, my dad is awesome, but he is not a very fulfilled and happy person, right? He's very negative and commenting only negative things. Oh, you know what, Dad, and everybody's fault and stuff. So we're really different, right? So when we talk, I'm all like, everything is positive and awesome. And he's like, no, it's not. I'm like, yes, it is. And everything is your fault and you can change everything. Come on. And he was like, oh, no, you're crazy, right? And so, like, he's toxic, right? If I can see it that way. But then I say, you know what? I understand, because he didn't find happiness himself. So he cannot believe that I can be happy. He never chased his dreams, so now he thinks the chasing dream is something that is unreachable and something that you're gonna fail and you're gonna be hurt and everybody's gonna laugh at you or whatever. So he's afraid that I'm gonna be hurt. So that's why he said, you know what, like, let's stay here where you are. So everybody, like my dad, he loves me, right? He was best for me. So that's why he's like, you know what, like, don't try new things, like, don't go there in uncomfortable, don't get hurt, right? Because I love you, I don't want you to see you being hurt. So if you approach it this way and you said, you know what, I understand that and I love you and trust me, everything will be all right? And show them that even if you failed, you're gonna wake up and you're gonna say, you know what, let me do this again, I can do it, and prove them wrong. And along the way, have patience, have love, have understanding. It's people you care about. And show them, win these negative things with your love, with positivity. And I always say, my one word is light. So one candle can light up thousands and millions of candles, right? So you just need to be that one light. And then I've seen in my life, like, all the negative people are kind of starting to change their thinking. Like, well, maybe she's not that crazy after all. Look at her. Like, when I first started going around and all, everything is positive and awesome, everybody was saying I'm crazy, right? So now, so many years later, I'm still, everything is amazing, right? Like, not everything is cupcake and roses, but I'm trying to make it that way. And when something is hard, I deal with it, I acknowledge it, and I say, you know what? I will inspire you, toxic person, that even if it's hard, you can make it. So dealing with toxic people in that way and dealing with them with love and compassion and understanding and patience, it's how you win. Because if we just keep ignoring toxic people, they will say, you know what, look at this person. He's ignoring me. He doesn't want to talk to me. Obviously, there's no good people in the world. Everybody thinking just about themselves. And let me just stay like this because I guess this is the best way to be. Right? But if you say, you know what, you're toxic, but I will crack you up. I will bring you to be happy and I will not give up and I will be love and light forever. Then I will be like, you know what, I better give up because she is crazy, right? So that will be my approach. Love, light, and compassion.
Yeah. No, it's true. It's actually easier to eliminate toxic people than it is to work with people who you really care about. What if that toxic person is your spouse, right? I was working with this client the other day. He's all into personal development. He's changing. He loves like watching motivational content, and he really wants to bring that in his life. And his wife is being completely negative towards him. And really, I said to him, I was like, well, how much of that have you communicated to her? Like, did you talk to her? Did you tell her that this is what you're trying to do? It has to start with communication. And then it came down to this. She was afraid that he was changing, and that change did not involve her. So really, it came from a place of insecurity. She was afraid. She knew her husband as a certain way. And then he did all of these seminars and he started changing. And she was worried that he wouldn't love her anymore. That's what it came down to. So she's not necessarily a toxic person. She just didn't understand. But the people that you love, like your mom, your dad, your spouse, your best friend, whoever, a lot of times they just don't understand it. So start with the communication. And if that still doesn't work, you lead by example, like what Alexandra say, be the light. And then maybe they're like, you know what, she seems happy. Okay, maybe I'll try it. And maybe they'll inch a little bit closer. And if they still don't get it, then with your mom and dad, if you don't want to break that relationship, some people do, some people never speak to their parents again. But if you want to keep the relationship, eliminate the exposure. With the spouse, it's a little bit more challenging. And that's when I don't like to see this happen ever, but at some point, maybe that's not the right person for you to be with, right? But do everything you can. Communicate, be there for them, support them, understand them, lead by example. And ultimately, in the end, if that's not the right person for you, then that is a decision that people have to make. And I've seen that happen in my life. I've seen people make that decision, and it's not easy. It's a lot of emotions involved there.
Yes. So there you go, beautiful souls. And speaking of emotions, my husband is here. Hi, my love. He's in school, but he's supporting us. And Melissa is saying, I love it, Alexandra. Let me inspire you, toxic person.
It's true.
Yes.
Their toxic person, a lot of the times, is just a misunderstood person. They just don't get it. And once you really explain, they can change and they can be inspired.
Yeah. I always say, like, no happy and fulfilled person will ever try to put you down. Like, I am a very happy person and I want happiness for everybody, right? I'm sharing this and I want to help you, right? So if I see somebody who is negative and sad and angry, I see pain, right? This person is in pain and he needs help, right? So let me help you if I can.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't work out and you see that somebody you cannot crack everybody you can if you are willing to put your effort and energy and love into it. But if you see it's not worth it, but if it's not your father, right, if it's not your dad, it's not somebody you really care about, you will give up and say, you know what, it's just not worth it. But even if you think it's not worth it, just try one more time, just try a little extra. But if we all do a little extra, this world will be amazing, right? If we just families, like, I don't know who said that, just start with your family. If you want to change the world and make the world peace, start with your family. Like, let's all love each other and our neighbors. And imagine what big of a difference would be if we just all love our closest ones. And not just run away every time when something difficult or misunderstanding. Oh, let me just, like move out of the house or something. And I was the one that was saying that like a few months ago. I would be like, you know what, like if everybody toxic, you need to go around, like clear everything, move somewhere, your environment needs to be amazing. But I'm not saying that anymore because I saw the difference. If you just stuck to it and if you were just keep being persistent and being loved and liked. So
yeah, no, it's so true. It's so true. And it's amazing to start from your family first. I think family is also the hardest because they know so much about you and they know, and it's the hardest thing. That's the hardest negotiation is with your family, with your own family. But once you do that, then you could spread it. And yes, I'm a strong believer. Everyone can change, right? It's a lot of work, but everyone can change.
And you never know what people are holding inside, what story they have, what they've been through.
Yeah.
You never know. So never judge and always be kind.
Yeah. I'm going to leave with this. There's something that I started doing a couple of years ago when I deal with someone who I'm like, oh my God, this person is so toxic, is I thought to myself, what if this is the best they can do? Like they're trying everything and this is the best they can do. How would you look at them differently? Like immediately I was like, okay, I'm going to give them a break. They're trying.
Yeah. Everybody always doing the best they know.
Yeah.
Like my dad, he's negative because he doesn't know other, right? So that's why I'm here. This is my job. I'm gonna prove you wrong. I'm gonna make very positive person from you, like I did with my mom. Like my mom was not a positive person. Like she would be complaining all the time and like everybody's fault and I'm so alone and depressed and everything is the same. And I will keep saying, Mom, look at me, do your work, do something. It's your responsibility, do your thing. And then she started small steps at a time. And now I talk to her, she was like, oh, it's so amazing. Today is also day. She's like the same like me now. And I love it. And I said, you see, it's working. Yes, I'm just going to keep doing this with all other people that I love. So
amazing. I love it. I love it, Alexandra. We need more of this. More of this.
Be the love, beautiful souls.
Contagious. Contagious. We're going to just like pass on the positivity. I love it.
Love is contagious. Yes. And we're going to leave you now, beautiful souls.
Okay.
Hope you're going to be love to people around you. And we will see you in the next video. Thank you. I love you.
Bye-bye, everyone. Bye.